The Shadow Protocol. Just a name, but what lies behind this name is a force so powerful, so insidious, that it can bring entire nations to their knees without a single shot being fired. It's a whisper in the corridors of power, a ghost in the machine, a phantom that haunts the digital realm, a whisper in the corridors of power. It moves silently, unseen, yet its presence is felt everywhere. In the hushed conversations of politicians, in the encrypted messages of spies, in the secretive meetings of the world's most powerful individuals. But its meaning is clear. It signifies a new era of warfare, one where information is the ultimate weapon, where data is more valuable than gold and secrets are the currency of power. Total control, that's what it promised. Control over information, over systems, over people. The ability to manipulate, to deceive, to destroy without ever being seen. It's a power that few can comprehend and even fewer can wield. Not of armies or weapons, but of something far more dangerous, information. In the right hands, it can be a tool for good, but in the wrong hands, it becomes a weapon of mass destruction. Imagine a world where every secret is laid bare, every defense is compromised, where the lines between friend and foe are blurred and trust is a luxury no one can afford. This is the world the Shadow Protocol threatens to create. That's the threat of the Shadow Protocol. It's not just a cyber attack, it's a full-scale assault on the very fabric of society. It targets the foundations of our world, the systems we rely on, the institutions we trust. This isn't just about bombs and bullets, it's about control. Control over information, over systems, over people. It's about the power to shape reality, to rewrite history, to dictate the future. This is about something far more insidious. It's about the power to manipulate, to deceive, to destroy without ever being seen. It's a power that few can comprehend, and even fewer can wield. It's about the collapse of nations, the downfall of governments, the erosion of trust, the destruction of everything we hold dear. It's a threat that knows no borders, no boundaries, no limits. It's about plunging the world into chaos, a chaos that can be controlled, manipulated, directed, a chaos that serves the interests of those who wield the power of the Shadow Protocol. And the worst part, most people don't even know it exists. They go about their lives oblivious to the danger lurking just beneath the surface. They trust in the systems that protect them, unaware that those systems are being compromised. But some people know. People like Jack Carter. They understand the threat, they see the danger. They know that the world is on the brink, and that the Shadow Protocol is the key to either saving it or destroying it. And they know the truth, the world is on the brink. The Shadow Protocol is not just a name, it's a reality that we must face, a threat that we must confront, because if we don't, the consequences will be catastrophic. Jack Carter was a ghost. A former operative, burned by his past, living off the grid. He wanted nothing more than to disappear, to forget the world and everything in it. But the world had a way of dragging him back in. When a shadowy figure from his past resurfaces, Jack is pulled back into the game. He is thrust into a race against time to stop the Shadow Protocol from falling into the wrong hands. Jack is a man of action. He's resourceful, deadly, and always 2 steps ahead. He's also haunted by his past. This mission is personal. It's a chance for redemption. The fate of the world rests on his shoulders. Maya Kovac is a cyber operative for Interpol. She's not just any operative, she's one of the best in her field, known for her unparalleled skills in cyber intelligence and her ability to think several steps ahead of her adversaries. Her colleagues admire her, and her enemies fear her. Maya's journey into the world of cyber operations began at a young age, driven by a passion for technology and a desire to make the world a safer place. Over the years, she has honed her skills, becoming a formidable force in the fight against cybercrime. She's brilliant, determined, and fiercely independent. Her dedication to her work often means long hours and little sleep, but Maya wouldn't have it any other way. She thrives in high-pressure situations, where her quick thinking and resourcefulness can shine. Her independence is both her strength and her weakness, as she often prefers to work alone, trusting only her instincts and her skills. Maya is tasked with tracking down the Shadow Protocol before it can be used. The Shadow Protocol is a highly sophisticated piece of technology capable of causing unprecedented chaos if it falls into the wrong hands. It's a race against time, and Maya knows that failure is not an option. She dives deep into the digital underworld, following leads and piecing together clues, determined to stay one step ahead of those who seek to use the protocol for nefarious purposes. She soon crosses paths with Jack Carter. Jack is a seasoned field agent with a reputation for getting the job done, no matter the cost. He's rugged, experienced, and has a knack for finding himself in the middle of the action. Their initial meeting is tense, as both are used to being in control and neither is quick to trust. However, they soon realize that they need each other's skills and expertise to succeed. They're an unlikely duo, but they share a common goal: to stop the protocol from falling into the wrong hands. Despite their differences, they form a tentative partnership, each bringing their unique strengths to the table. Maya's technical prowess and Jack's field experience complement each other perfectly, creating a formidable team. Together, they navigate a web of deception, danger, and intrigue, always aware that one wrong move could spell disaster. Their enemy is Vincent Black, a ruthless cyber-terrorist who will stop at nothing to obtain the Shadow Protocol. Vincent is a shadowy figure known for his cunning and ruthlessness. He has a network of loyal followers and resources at his disposal, making him a formidable adversary. His motivations are shrouded in mystery, but one thing is clear: he believes that the Shadow Protocol is the key to achieving his twisted vision of the future.
I see it as a weapon to reshape the world in my image. Vincent's voice is cold and calculating, revealing his deep-seated belief that the world needs to be torn down and rebuilt according to his vision. He sees the Shadow Protocol as the ultimate tool to achieve this, and he will stop at nothing to get it.
Black is a master manipulator, always several steps ahead of his enemies. He views the world as a chessboard, with himself as the Grandmaster, orchestrating events from the shadows. His ability to anticipate and counter his opponent's moves makes him a dangerous and elusive foe, a ghost in the machine. Vincent's presence is felt but rarely seen as he operates from the shadows, leaving a trail of chaos in his wake. His digital footprint is almost non-existent, making him nearly impossible to track. He is a phantom, a ghost in the machine, always one step ahead of those who seek to stop him. He operates in the shadows, always a step ahead. His ability to disappear without a trace and reappear where least expected makes him a constant threat. Maya and Jack know that to catch him, they must be as cunning and unpredictable as he is. He is driven by a twisted ideology, one that sees destruction as a necessary step towards rebirth. Vincent believes that the current world order is flawed and must be dismantled to create a new, better society. His vision is radical and dangerous, and he is willing to go to any lengths to see it realized. A belief that the world needs to be broken before it can be rebuilt. This belief drives his every action, fueling his determination to obtain the Shadow Protocol. He sees himself as a visionary, a harbinger of a new world order, and he will stop at nothing to achieve his goals. The clash between Jack and Maya against Vincent Black will determine the fate of the world. The stakes are incredibly high, and the outcome of their battle will shape the future. As they prepare for the final confrontation, both sides know that only one can emerge victorious. The fate of the world hangs in the balance, and the clash of ideologies will determine its future. The unthinkable happens. The Shadow Protocol is activated. A global cyber attack cripples infrastructure worldwide. Panic ensues as cities are plunged into darkness and communication networks collapse. Jack and Maya now face a ticking clock. They must race against time to shut down the protocol before it's too late. Their pursuit takes them from the bustling streets of Berlin to the snow-capped peaks of the Swiss Alps, always one step behind Black. The stakes have never been higher. The fate of the world hangs in the balance, and Jack and Maya are the only ones who can stop it. Berlin becomes a high-octane playground as Jack and Maya chase after Black's lieutenants. A heart-stopping car chase ensues, weaving through narrow alleyways and crowded streets. Jack's skills are put to the test as he navigates the urban jungle, dodging obstacles and exchanging fire with Black's men. Maya, using her tech expertise, hacks into traffic cameras to clear a path and stay one step ahead. The chase culminates in a breathtaking showdown at Berlin's iconic Olympic Stadium, where Jack and Maya finally corner Black's men, only to discover they have walked into a trap.
Black's trail leads Jack and Maya to a remote location in the Swiss Alps.
They infiltrate a high-security facility nestled amid snow-capped peaks, believing it to be Black's hideout.
They soon discover that Black is holding something valuable hostage. Colonel Gregson, Jack's former mentor.
Gregson holds the key to shutting down the Shadow Protocol, and Black will stop at nothing to get it from him.
A tense standoff ensues, a battle of wits and firepower, as Jack and Maya fight to save Gregson and secure the codes to deactivate the protocol. Just when all hope seems lost, Colonel Gregson reveals his true allegiance. He is the mastermind behind the Shadow Protocol's theft.
He had orchestrated everything, manipulating Jack and Maya from the very beginning.
The betrayal hits Jack hard.
He feels betrayed, his trust shattered by the man he once considered a mentor.
The emotional toll weighs heavily on him, but he must push forward, knowing the world hangs in the balance.
The revelation sets the stage for the final showdown, a battle not just against a dangerous weapon, but against the ghosts of Jack's past. The action culminates in an epic showdown at the heart of the Shadow Protocol's server farm, a hidden underground facility. Jack confronts Gregson while Maya races against time to disable the protocol. A fierce battle ensues, bullets flying and servers crashing as Jack fights to stop Gregson from unleashing global chaos. Maya, her fingers dancing across the keyboard, navigates a digital minefield, desperately trying to shut down the protocol before it's too late. The fate of the world rests on their shoulders as Jack and Maya push themselves to their limits, their every action a matter of life and death. In a final act of sacrifice, Jack manages to disable the Shadow Protocol, but not without a cost. The high-tech device, a marvel of modern engineering, was designed to be nearly indestructible. Jack's expertise and determination were the only things standing between the world and total annihilation. As he worked frantically, the countdown timer ticked away, each second bringing him closer to the point of no return. His hands moved with precision, his mind focused solely on the task at hand. The weight of the world rested on his shoulders, and he bore it with unwavering resolve. He is caught in a massive explosion as the underground facility collapses. The force of the blast is overwhelming, sending shockwaves through the structure and causing debris to rain down from above. Jack is thrown to the ground, his body battered and bruised by the impact. The air is thick with dust and smoke, making it difficult to see or breathe. Despite the chaos, Jack's thoughts remain clear. He knows that his actions have saved countless lives, and that knowledge gives him a sense of peace even as the world around him crumbles. The world breathes a collective sigh of relief as the threat of the Shadow Protocol is neutralized. News of Jack's heroic deeds spreads quickly, and people everywhere celebrate the end of the crisis. In cities and towns across the globe, strangers embrace and tears of joy are shed. The sense of impending doom that had hung over humanity like a dark cloud is lifted, replaced by a renewed sense of hope and optimism. For the first time in a long while, the future seems bright. Maya mourns the loss of Jack, a hero who sacrificed everything to save the world. She clutches his dog tags, tears streaming down her face as she remembers the man who meant so much to her. Their time together was brief, but the bond they shared was unbreakable. Jack's bravery and selflessness have left an indelible mark on her heart, and she vows to honor his memory by living a life worthy of his sacrifice. Though her grief is profound, she finds solace in the knowledge that Jack's actions have made the world a safer place. But in a post-credit scene, a hand emerges from the rubble, clutching a familiar set of dog tags. Jack Carter lives. Against all odds, he has survived the explosion, his body battered, but his spirit unbroken. The sight of his hand reaching out from the debris is a powerful testament to his resilience and determination. As he pulls himself free, the enormity of what he has accomplished begins to sink in. He has not only saved the world, but he has also defied death itself. Scarred but not broken, he disappears into the shadows, his mission complete, his legend secure. The scars he bears are a testament to the battles he has fought and the sacrifices he has made. As he walks away, he knows that his work is far from over. There will always be new threats to face and new challenges to overcome. But for now, he can take solace in the knowledge that he has made a difference. His legacy will live on in the hearts and minds of those he has saved. The world may never know the full extent of his sacrifice, but that's the price of being a ghost in the machine. Jack understands that true heroism often goes unrecognized, and he's content with that. His actions have spoken louder than any words ever could, and the impact of his deeds will be felt for generations to come. As he fades into the shadows, he reflects on the journey that has brought him to this point. It has been a long and arduous road, but he would not have it any other way. For Jack Carter, the mission is always worth the sacrifice.